speak like a gavel, swing like a hammer. Truth in the chamber, fire in the grammar. You talk of patience, I talk of power. I won't wait quiet, not one more hour.
Power with no vision leaves families in flames. I turn pain to...
These 9-to-5 jobs we see on every corner with those bright little signs in the window and the hiring in big red letters, they must take them down by any means necessary. They know full well they ain't really hiring nobody.
Brothers and sisters, it's 2026 now, and we have got to feed our minds something better. We need more shows that lift us up, like the Huckster. Our young brothers and sisters are being fed a steady diet of foolishness. Every night another so-called reality show teaching them to clown, to chase quick money, to live without pride. I hope the cost of living becomes more affordable again. Our people should not have to work 2 jobs or 3 just to keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. Our young sisters are being taught to look forward to balloons and smoke, to a color in the sky, but not to a covenant. Now what I want you to think about is how we have made a ceremony out of smoke and balloons. We celebrate the color in the confetti louder than we celebrate the child who ain't even here yet. Brothers and sisters, we don't have time to fight each other online. A man and a woman tearing one another down on these platforms only keeps us divided and weak.
Now y'all know good and well that's a book. Go on and play your best.
Man, he talked too much when he got the big joker.
Calm down, brother. The game ain't finished yet.
But it will be after this right here. Jack of Spades, thank you kindly.
That boy can't.
What type of confusion is this?
There's something mental going on here, brother.
My brothers and sisters, let it be known this day, I wish a motherfucker would put a hand on me. They fool around and they gonna catch a jet to Holiday for a mighty low price.
Man, this leg is fighting me harder than the
Twisted.
system.
That's what I did. Look, peels right off.
You're a veteran at this.
My mama didn't raise me to leave meat in the shell.
Well, amen to
Sauce
that.
is righteous, brother.
Righteous and messy. Pass one of those napkins.
I got a phone call about what happened to Martin in Memphis, Tennessee. I said, whoop-de-doo, and then hung up the phone. See, brothers, you can't get mad because your bitch chose me. You just move on, that's all. Fuck her. Stand up straight, keep your dignity, and keep walking. Y'all ever notice how when somebody says, I'm not political, that's the most political thing they're about to say all night? They'll be like, I'm not political, but I do think the traffic lights conspire against me. Brother, that's municipal government. You are knee-deep in politics.
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, 2000, 00 party, oops, out of time, my bacon smelling fine.
They couldn't kill Malcolm X's message in life, so they're now cloning his image in death. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, AI platforms are allowing our ancestors, the same people who bled for our freedom, to be turned into racist memes. Martin Luther King Jr. making monkey noises, Malcolm X wrestling like a circus act. And when their daughters spoke up, you know what OpenAI said? Historical figures are fair game. But let me ask you something. Will Lincoln be fair game? Will Churchill be turned into a punchline? This is not just disrespect. This is digital colonialism, and it's happening in real time. So, see, they thought technology would erase us, but what they don't understand is we are the ones who've always turned pain into power, and we're about to do it again. So stick with me for the next 8 minutes, because we're about to expose how racism didn't die, it just learned to code. I said it, they couldn't kill Malcolm X or Martin Luther. That's why they're panicking. So today, I want us to talk about something that's been sitting heavy on my spirit. Because we've been worried about police brutality, voter suppression, and economic inequality. And trust me, those fights are far from over. There is a new battlefield that most of us are not even paying attention to. It is called artificial intelligence. And right now, it is being weaponized to do something our oppressors have always done. Corrupt our memory, disrespect our icons, and rewrite our history. I'm talking about deepfakes of Martin Luther King Jr. making monkey noises, Malcolm X in fake wrestling videos, reduced to a clown. Our heroes, the ones who literally died so we could have a voice, being turned into digital minstrel shows for entertainment. And when their family spoke up, when the daughters of Dr. King and Malcolm X said, this is so hurtful, this is wrong, you know what OpenAI said? Historical figures are fair game. Let me repeat that. Fair game. So, today, I want to break down how systemic racism didn't die, it upgraded. How digital white supremacy is hiding behind innovation, and why this moment is important than AI. It is about whether we're going to let them colonize our ancestors' legacies the same way they colonized our lands. Let's get into it. Now, for those who are not familiar, there is this AI platform called Sora. It's a text-to-video generator. You type a prompt in and it creates a video. Sounds cool. Revolutionary even. Except, here's the problem. AI learns from data, and that data comes from people, from the internet, from culture, from history book. And if you know anything about history books, especially in the West, you know they weren't exactly written with black people's humanity in mind. So when AI is trained on biased data, it reproduces that bias. It's not neutral, it's not objective. It is a mirror reflecting centuries of racism, except how it's faster, slicker, and harder to trace. Think about it. The same media that once demonized Malcolm X as a violent radical that reduced Dr. King to a troublemaker before his assassination, that painted the Black Panthers as terrorists, that same energy is now coded into algorithms. Racism evolved from police patterns to algorithmic patterns. And the result? You get AI-generated videos turning our heroes into jokes. You get technology that was supposed to bring us together being used to tear down that very people who fought for our freedom. This is what I call digital colonialism. Because just like colonialism exploited African bodies for labor, AI is now exploiting black identities for content. And content is money. Our pain, our history, our icons all turn into entertainment for an algorithm that doesn't even see us as human. Let me break down exactly what's happening here, because this goes deeper than just a bad video on the internet. Number one, this is algorithmic bias in action. When AI platforms allow these deepfakes to spread unchecked, they're not being neutral, they are being complicit. They are becoming the enablers of systemic racism in digital form. Because, let us be real, if someone made a deepfake of Abraham Lincoln or Winston Churchill in a monkey costume, do you think OpenAI will call them fair game? Do you think those videos would even make it past the first content filter? But Malcolm and Martin, oh, they are fair game. Their legacies don't deserve protection. Their family's pain doesn't matter. That's digital white supremacy, plain and simple. Number two, this corrupts black memory. Here's what's dangerous about these deepfakes. They don't just insult the past, they poison the future. Young people who weren't alive during the civil rights movement, who didn't see Malcolm speak, who didn't march with Dr. King, they are going to see these videos. And some of them are going to believe them. They are going to think Martin Luther King was a joke. They're going to think Malcolm X was just some angry clown. And that's how history gets erased. Now, not with fire and book burnings, but with memes and deepfakes and algorithms that write the truth a video at a time. Number three, there is a colonial mindset behind us. Okay, let us stress the part. Colonialism exploited African bodies. Slavery dehumanized African souls. Jim Crow criminalized African existence. And now, AI is commodifying African legacies. It is the same playbook, just a different format. From colonialism to God, the people who fought to dehumanize the black man are now being digitally dehumanized. And the platforms profiting off this, they hide behind words like free speech and innovation, while cashing checks off our ancestors' pay. Now, I want to get personal for a second, because this hits different when you understand what Malcolm and Martin actually sacrificed. Malcolm X was assassinated at 39 years old, shot 21 times while giving a speech. His crime? Teaching black people to love themselves, to defend themselves, to see themselves as human beings worthy of respect. Martin Luther King, on the other hand, was murdered at 39 years old, shot at a balcony in Memphis. His crime? Dreaming that his children will be judged by the content of the character, not the color or the skin. These men gave everything, and I mean everything. Their safety, their peace, their lives, so that we could have a chance at dignity. And now in 2025, we've got AI platforms turning them into punchlines. Do you understand how deep that betrayal goes? It is not just about technology. It is about respect. It's about memory. It's about whether we as a community are going to allow the same people who killed our leaders to now mock their legacies without consequence. Because make no mistake, this is a test. They are testing to see if we'll fight back. They're testing to see if we care enough about our history to protect it. They're testing to see if we let them do to our ancestors digitally what they did to them physically. And family, we cannot fail this test. I think about Ayasa Shabazz, Malcolm's ex-daughter, speaking about these videos. I think about Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter, calling this content hurtful and disrespectful. These women are watching their fathers being mocked in ways that would have been unthinkable even 20 years ago. And the platforms, they shrug, they say, sorry, it's just AI, sorry, they're public figures, sorry, it's a fair game, you know. But here's what they don't understand. Our ancestors are not content. They are not entertainment. They are not fair game. They are the foundation we stand on. They are the reason we can even have this conversation today. They are the blood in our veins and the fire in our fight. And if we let technology erase that, if we let algorithms rewrite that, if we let Silicon Valley commodify that, then we've lost more than just some videos on the internet. We've lost ourselves. So what do? Number one, we need to demand accountability. OpenAI, Sora, every platform allowing this content, they need to draw a moral line. If they can protect other public figures, they can protect ours. No more excuses, no more it's complicated. Protect black legacies the same way you protect white ones or admit you're running a racist operation. Number two, we educate the next generation. We combat these defects not just by removing them, but by teaching our children the truth. We tell them who Malcolm really was. We show them what Martin really stood for. We make sure the lies can't take root. Number three, we remember our power. See, they keep trying to erase us because they know what happens when we remember who we are. They know that our people connected with the history, rooted in their ancestors, grounded in their purpose. That's our people you can't control. So yes, this is digital racism. Yes, this is algorithmic bias. Yes, this is historical disrespect wrapped in innovation. But there is also, it is also a reminder that they are still scared of Malcolm's message, still threatened by Martin's dream, still terrified of what happens when black people wake up and refuse to be mocked, minimized, or arrested. They thought technology would finish what colonialism started. But what they didn't understand is we are still here, we are still fighting, and we are not letting them corrupt our memory or rewrite our story. Not today, not ever. Family, if this video resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe if you're tired of being fed lies and ready to protect our truth. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Are you outraged by these deepfakes? Do you think AI platforms should be held accountable? And what are you going to do to protect black history in your own life? This is Sharik, and remember, they can try to code us out of history, but they can't delete what is written in our DNA. Stay woke, stay rooted, and stay fighting. Peace out.